Greetings, demons, and welcome to yet another Fortnite discussion video. And I know there's been a lot of Fortnite content recently, but there's just been a lot going on in the world of Fortnite, which I, of course, wanted to talk about. So, in this video, we're going to be going over the 4 collaborations, one of which I've already covered in a previous video, link description below to that, and talking about what I feel about those 3 other collaborations, what they could potentially bring, and how likely I actually think they are. So let's just jump into it and get discussing.
Not the leader of a cult, RabbitWithAxe.
So first off, all the information that I'm getting is coming from iFireMonkey, who is a leaker for Fortnite content, and he has been given information or found information from Rado, who is a leaker who has been correct with a few predictions in the past. I'm not sure specifically what they got right, but I do know the name, and I have heard people say that they are somewhat of a good source overall. But Rado said that we are probably going to be getting another collaboration this week, along with 2 other collaborations that are coming somewhat in the near future. And the collaborations that were listed were Doom, Family Guy, Lord of the Rings, and Destiny. Of course, I've already covered Destiny's collaboration with Fortnite earlier this week, so make sure to check that out on the channel if you haven't already. But going over the other 3, Doom, Family Guy, and Lord of the Rings, I'm really interested in seeing where exactly this is going, because currently, as of recording this, Doom 64 is available for completely free on the Epic Games Store, which was what initially made me think that Doom was going to be coming out pretty soon, due to the fact that Epic tends to have collaborations with Fortnite represented with their free item, whether that be some DLC for that game or some other sort of promotion on the actual Epic Game Store itself, because it gets people to actually purchase the game or purchase content or play the games or play the franchise or anything like that that is being represented in Fortnite. It's happened plenty of times before. I'm sure it's going to happen plenty of times from now. And yeah, that was very much my initial thinking of Doom is probably the most likely of these collaborations, and that's me giving my opinion, of course. I'm sure some people would say that the other 2 are more likely. I don't think they are, though. I think Doom is certainly the most likely collaboration, especially when a lot of people consider Doom to be up there with characters like Master Chief in terms of just iconic armoured characters. And obviously we already have Master Chief, so it makes a lot of sense to have a character like Doomslayer or Doom Guy, whichever they go with, in Fortnite. And I'm a huge fan of the Doom series. I've been playing it, well, since I first got a PC that was capable of playing games. I've been playing the Doom series. And sure, there are some subpar games. Doom 3, I think, is kind of bad. But I played Doom 64 on Stadia a lot, because I'm a Stadia shill for some reason, and I really enjoy playing Doom in general. Both Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal are phenomenal reboots of the series. I don't think I've necessarily ever played a Doom game that I don't enjoy, and so having Doom come into the game of Fortnite would just be kind of awesome. Of course, when it comes to a Doom collaboration, the expectation is that there would be a Doom Guy or Doomslayer or both skin, and the harvesting tool would most likely be the sword from Eternal. It makes the most sense to me, and a lot of people are agreeing with this, because other than the chainsaw, there isn't really a truly iconic melee weapon other than the sword that appears in Eternal. So if I was to guess at what we're actually going to be getting, it would be a Doom Slayer from Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, with the Doom Eternal sword, which I unfortunately don't know the name of, a backbling of one of the demons, maybe the Caracal, and otherwise, that'd probably be it. There might be some sort of hellish rap, or maybe some sort of Slayer chainsaw-based emote. But other than that, I think it'd be a very simple, very toned-back collaboration overall. And I honestly think that works very well for Doom. Doom is a very self-aware, laid-back sort of just shoot-'em-up type game. It makes sense that their collaboration with Fortnite would be just, you know, kind of basic, kind of simple, but still very accurate to the series. So, moving on to the one that always seems to come up in any of these leaks, Family Guy. And I'll make it very clear off the bat, I'm not a fan of Family Guy. I don't think I've ever been a fan of Family Guy. I think they're humour is kind of bad. The animation style is perfectly fine. No, it's on par with something like The Simpsons, and obviously a lot of the same people work on those shows. It's just never been something that I've been overly interested in. Though, I do have plenty of ideas on what exactly they could do for a Family Guy collab, and I've discussed some of these in previous videos when we've had leaks about Family Guy before, but of course we could have a back bling with a TV showing GIFs or clips from Family Guy. That would be a very interesting way of doing it, which we haven't seen before with any of the other shows. Of course, we could have just direct translations of characters from the show in-game, like a Peter Griffin skin, or a Stewie, or the dog, I can't remember his name, unfortunately. Brian, I think, maybe. Having skins or back bling pets of those characters would, of course, be really good, though. When it comes to Peter Griffin, he's a big guy, you know? How does he exactly work with the Fortnite, hitbox style? And sure, we do have big characters in Fortnite, but none are that sort of shape, you know? None are quite like Peter Griffin, and I think that would be a bit of a sticking point, which is why I honestly think if we're going to get standard skins that are Family Guy related, it's far more likely we'll actually get characters from Fortnite, defaults essentially, wearing the outfits of the characters. So you get yourself a Jonesy wearing Chris's costume. You get yourself a Headhunter wearing Lois's outfit. You get, whatever wearing Meg's, whatever wearing Peter's. And I stand by that. I think a pet version of Brian and Stewie, two different pet back blings, would actually make a lot of sense. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but Stewie has had like a hover chair before, and Brian has had a jetpack, so it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for them to be floating behind the characters, or at least it wouldn't be unprecedented to have that be the case. And I think that is generally how they would do a Family Guy collab, is they would have defaults dressed as the characters, or they just wouldn't have skins at all. They would have back blings, maybe some sort of rap themed around Family Guy, maybe an emote. At best, they might have the chicken guy suit as a skin because it's something that can fit the Fortnite style a little bit better. But at the same time, it's very much something that I just don't think would happen. And that's the overall feel that I have with Family Guy. I don't necessarily think we're ever getting it. We've had plenty of leaks for it, we've had plenty of people say it's coming soon, and it just hasn't. We know that there are references that have been made to Family Guy by various people at Epic, and I believe even on the actual island itself there has been some very minor references that could be seen as Family Guy references. I still just don't think we're getting this collaboration, and if we do, it won't be until a ways off. I don't think it's going to be happening this year. I don't even think it's going to be happening this chapter, and that is my honest opinion. Feel free to disagree with that, but it's very much one of those things where I doubt it's happening, because it's been, I think, 2 years, maybe even longer, since the first leak, quote-unquote, occurred, and I think it's been over a year since we had that GIF file of Peter fighting the chicken in the files. So, as good as it would be for the community if Family Guy was introduced into Fortnite, I really just don't think it's going to happen. And that finally leaves us with the other collab, Lord of the Rings. And this one's interesting. I don't really have a set-in-stone idea of what this could be, though if I was to guess when this would release, it would be around the time of the new Amazon series, which is in early September. I don't really know what they would do in terms of content for this. Something like a Boromir or a Legolas or even a Gandalf skin would make a lot of sense. I doubt they would go with any of the Hobbit characters just because, once again, size does matter within Fortnite. Something like a Gollum back bling potentially could work. Something like Boromir's sword as a harvesting tool could make sense. Even Gandalf's staff with a built-in emote for You Shall Not Pass. That would all make a lot of sense, and if I'm being honest, when it comes to Lord of the Rings, I feel like it's more likely to have a Matrix-style collaboration, where rather than getting, skins or back blings or anything like that, we get a harvesting tool, a wrap, and an emote or two, and probably a built-in emote on the harvesting tool. And that is honestly how I feel Lord of the Rings is going to go, because what really can they have without disappointing people? Because there are so many main characters within Lord of the Rings, and the main characters, your Baggins clan, they are small characters. They don't really work within the size restraints of Fortnite. A character needs to be a certain height. That's why characters like Morty are in mech suits and Kit are in mech suits. It's just one of those questionable things of how would they get characters like Bilbo to work in a game like Fortnite and actually be, fair and not give some sort of unfair advantage due to being too small. And that's why I suggest that maybe Gollum could be some sort of backbling pet, some sort of, animated backbling. And that's really it. Something akin to how they would do like a Yoda, if they ever did a true Yoda. I don't really know how else they could do content for Lord of the Rings. And it is a shame, because Lord of the Rings is a very good series. I made the mistake of binge-watching the entirety of it in one sitting, which was definitely a mistake, and I'll never do that again. But at the end of the day, Lord of the Rings is very popular, it's very good overall, and even The Hobbit and presumably the Amazon series are extremely popular according to a lot of people, though personally I'm not interested in the Amazon series and I haven't seen The Hobbit. I do think this would be a good collaboration, and I do believe they probably will release sometime in September alongside the Amazon show. But that is really all I can say about Lord of the Rings, is that it's probably going to release in September, and it's probably going to be more like the Matrix collab than, say, the John Wick collab. It's probably going to be more cosmetic than skins, if that makes sense at all. But that is my overall thoughts on the free collaborations that could be coming to Fortnite. And a lot of people are saying that Doom isn't going to happen because of the fact that the time for it doesn't really make sense. It doesn't make sense to be coming out at the same time as Destiny, which I do agree with, though I think Fortnite have done more ridiculous things before. We also have an icon outfit or an icon skin for a creator that's coming soon that's already been leaked. And just generally, there's a lot of stuff happening in Fortnite in terms of collaborations and cosmetics that I don't think Fortnite is going to be putting out everything at once. We already know Destiny is coming this week. Presumably, Lord of the Rings would come out next week or the week after. Family Guy, I don't know where that would fit in. And Doom, I feel like if it was going to come out, it probably would have come out already, which is kind of unfortunate, but it is just how it is. I am really excited to see if any of these come true. Obviously, Destiny has already came true. Doom, I feel, is very likely. Lord of the Rings would be very interesting, though I don't know how they would do it. And Family Guy would be great for the community, even if I don't really know how it would fit. But in any case, that is everything I have to say. So if you enjoyed this discussion, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new around here, and ring that bell so you never miss an upload. And otherwise, comment below what do you think of all these collaborations. And don't forget to check out the video I did on the Destiny 2 collab, as well as my recent video on the Dragon Ball Z collab or Dragon Ball Super collab that has occurred. All that content, it's all from this week or the last 7 days at least. So make sure to check that out, and otherwise I hope to see you next time. Bye!
Look at the screen, you'll be fine. Culture's a disease, but we'll survive. I just wanna take